Hey guys, today we're checking out an upcoming hot new launch in Johor Bahru City Centre, CTC SkyOne, only 300 meters to RTS Bukit Chagar or a 3 minutes walk, very attractive. Let us analyze and see whether it will stay in my 8 filters approach, so stay tuned till the end to find out. Alright, let's start with the developer. Why is it very important to do due diligence on the developer? Recently, we have seen the news about the list of abandoned projects in Johor and red flags could have been raised if proper due diligence had been done, such as whether the developer is a first timer with no track records or a foreign developer each. So the developer is CTC Development Malaysia Sdn Bhd, part of CTC Development Group. So at first glance, I'm slightly worried, because CTC SkyOne will only be the second project by the developer. So the first project being CTC Oasis Resident Service Apartment, slightly further from the RTS stations, but reportedly sold out within 3 months, and construction work is currently in progress. So CTC Group is headquartered in Singapore, and it is well known for its travel business. But then I found out the group has a real estate arm, Hightown, which has been in the industry since 1994, focusing on the China market with experience in independently developing more than 20 high-end projects. Due to my limited vocabulary in Chinese, I stopped myself from digging further into its real estate arm, where the website is in Chinese. Okay, with limited property development track record in Southeast Asia, but the experience in the China market as well as group company based in Singapore give me a bit of comfort, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Next up, location, location, location. And honestly, this is the big selling point for the project. SkyOne is right in Johor Bahru City Centre, only 300 meters to the upcoming RTS link at Bukit Chagar, prime of the primest locations. I almost gave it 10, but for the fact that currently there's no proposed covered walkway from the project itself to RTS station, even though it is only a 3 minute walk, I'll give it 8 out of 10. Next up is amenities. This is another big selling point for the project, being at the heart of the city center. And what makes this project uniquely stand out from other projects within the area is how all the amenities are surrounded around the project itself. So for shopping mall, we have SKS Mall right at the door. So the upcoming upscale retail mall, OBS Mall at your right, and City Square Mall and Comtar JBCC to your left. So for hotel, we have Sheraton, the first five-star hotel in Johor Bahru, right at the door. Another upcoming five-star hotel as part of the integrated development at One Bukit Senyum, and yet another upcoming five-star hotel within the area. So for transportations, the RTS stations within 300 meters, CIQ slightly further where we can take a bus to Singapore. So Johor Bahru Central Bus Terminal as well within the JBCIQ, as well as the upcoming ERT that connect JBCT City Centre to other part of Johor Bahru. But access to well-known hospital like Gleneagle, KPJ, Putri Specialist, Columbia Asia is slightly further, as well as international school. Thus, I'll give this project a score of 8 out of 10. So next, what is the project all about? It is a service apartment with a land area of 1.64 acre, freehold commercial strata title under HDA regulations, with an estimated total unit of 1,605 and 22 retail shops. First impression, a very high density project, but let us explore further. Interestingly enough, I believe the developer know how prime the location is and try to maximize every space. It is high density, but a few things the developer has done to maximize while still give comfort to the space is to separate the project into three towers instead of one. So that is where the Marina Bay sense of Johor Bahru nickname comes from. So another smart move is the full glass high design, similar to the Asaka or Pavilion KL. So this, of course, costs more, but look grander and make the space feel more spacious for future owners and occupiers. So there are more than six types of unit layout: dual key, triple key, penthouse. So there is no studio or one bed available, but units such as dual key can be individually used as a studio or one bed. So let me explain. So we do layout, starting with the smallest layout, type A at 452 square feet. Bedroom 2 function as a studio and the other part as a one bedroom, or potentially build a wall over here to create an additional room for rent. And you can see the full glass high windows smartly used to maximize the feeling of space. So in other rare layout, the only triple key in Johor Bahru, bedroom 3 functions as the studio, bedroom 4 another studio with a balcony, and you could build a door wall here as your personal space, ideal for a small family while renting out bedroom 3 and 4. Or as an investor, you could build another wall and have five individual units to rent out for the price of one property. Again, smart use of glass high window to counter any potential claustrophobic concern. So additionally, they have facilities with three different themes: sea, island, and mountain. So I'll say smartly design layout, and I'm looking forward to the sales gallery to be ready soon so I can take a look at the actual layout. With that said, I'm slightly concerned with the smaller size and high density, but this is very common in big cities, and Johor Bahru is heading toward that directions. So a plus point is that it is uniquely designed, towers and layouts that maximize potential ROI for investors. So I'll give it 7 out of 10. So number 5, supply. So now let us be real. JBCC has a lot of high rises. So I'm looking at appropriate existing and future supply as a benchmark for competitions. I think it is more appropriate to group the supply within 500 meters of RTS station itself. So I have excluded projects such as the Orange, which are not in the same addressable market anyway. So we have an upcoming new launch by UOA Development, 400 meters away from with a proposed covered bridge to RTS. So next to our existing supply, Tri-Tower Resident and Twin Tower Resident. And lastly, the upcoming mega transit-oriented development by Sunway Group. I've included Tri-Tower and Twin Tower from the just a perspective of an investor to see if there is currently strong demand for rental. So let me simplify by checking the availability of one bedroom units. So for Twin Tower here, we can see it's very limited supply of one bedders, more supply for two bedders and above. So for Tri Tower residents, it's same limited one bedders compared to two bedders or three bedders. So this gives me comfort. And here is where CTC SkyOne shines. High demand for single bedders and for its uniquely designed dual and triple key unit to capture those demand. So from what I understand of the limited informations for the upcoming UOA project, it is expected to have 786 units on a 1.21 acre land, starting from 639 square feet, two bedroom, two bathroom, to 2,547 duplex. But the initial expectations is for the price per square foot to be higher than CTC SkyOne, with the unique selling point being the proposed covered bridge to RTS and the blockbuster transit-oriented development by Soundwave Group right at the RTS station itself. Still at a very early stage, scarce information on unit, top, prices, but expected to be at a steep premium compared to car market. Of course, that depends on the economy and the JB property market performance after the RTS link is operational. But for supply, JB is big, but in terms of competitions, I think it is fair to compare CTC SkyOne to project within 500 meters to RTS. Land is limited within 500 meters. Supply is well observed, but I'm still not very sure. So it's going to be, I'll give it 6 out of 10. So number 6, demand. On the flip side, demand is strong. Anything near RTS link has investor buzzing. Singaporean visitors, Malaysian walking across the causeway, local tourists, international tourists from Singapore, staying in JBCC surrounded by malls, doing a day trip to Singapore to save accommodation costs, potential strong demand for short-term stay, Airbnb, as well as long-term tenant commuting to Singapore Delhi. So you can check in my video in the description below, where I dive deeper into the key demand driver for Johor Bahru. So for this project, for demand side, I'll give it 10 out of 10. So next up, future booster. This is an easy case for Johor Bahru. There are just too many potential boosters. First up is obviously the RTS link, opening up huge possibility. Thomson Medical Center will be built with a 1,000 bed hospital just 1.2 kilometers from RTS. Johor Singapore Special Economic Zone is progressing well, with Johor recording the highest GDP in Malaysia recently. So proposed EART to reduce traffic congestions, more jobs, more housing demand, potential appreciation in property value. So I believe JB is at an inflection point with many possibilities. Future LRT, MRT, HSR, we never know. So I'll give this section this 8 out of 10. So finally, pricing. So estimated price start from 1,300 per square foot before any developer package, or from 600,000. So foreigner eligible, very attractive entry price. So publicly available transaction for Tri-Tower resident indicate median price of per square foot of 1,000 and 975 for Twin Tower residents. So I don't want to set expectation on UOA residents and Soundwave TOD pricing, but pretty certain they will be higher than CTC SkyOne. So the question is, has the price already captured all the future upside potential? So for me personally, let me look at it from 3 perspectives. The first perspective is the bullish perspective. So I'll compare against Singapore private properties. Recent new launches are 2,000, 3,000 SGD. So if JBCC property within 500 meters to RTS managed to close the gap 1/3 or 1/4 of the Singapore pricings, 800 to 900 Sing dollars or 3,000 per square foot in Malaysian terms, it's possible. That is bullish perspective, of course, or pessimistic perspective. too much supply, nothing materialized, but it's being in a prime locations, risk is reduced. So at least it will maintain its value in line with inflations. And lastly, from the third perspective, uh, more relevant for investors, where ROI analysis will be done. So with this unique layout, you will look at potential rental yield, loan amount, holding period, exit opportunity. It is more complicated and require more work, but you can eventually come up with a better expected annual return or IRR. IRR. I won't delve into it too much, but you can always reach me out to find out more. So for me, I belong to the bullish camp, so I'll give it 8 out of 10. So there you have it. In summary, the total score is 61 out of 80 or 76%. So anything above 70% for me personally, it is worth considering. So broadly speaking, the project is uniquely designed, more suitable for investors, even though there are some larger layout and penthouses. So the playbook for investors is simple for rental income and capital appreciations. So for rental income, there are strong demand and layout that maximize potential rental. And for the capital appreciation side, the possibility exists. So let us wait and see. So what do you think? Is it opportunity or a trap? So drop your thought, your comment, and don't forget to like and share and subscribe if you like want to know more about JB Property Insights. Till next time, thank you for watching.